Well, if it isn't exactly the same problem the initial release of the Nintendo Switch saw, as this time it's happening to the Switch 2 too. Distributors in the US like Walmart, Target, Best Buy and GameStop are no longer allowing pre-orders, and Nintendo fans are erupting and expressing their dismay online. Despite Nintendo promising anti-scalping measures to prevent this sort of thing, it would appear that they are still unable to provide for their fans. That being said, apparently you can still pre-order from Nintendo directly. You just need to have at least 50 gameplay hours on the original Switch, as well as a 12-month Switch Online membership, so you have to prove that you're willing to spend the money first. As stated prior, this is not terribly surprising considering what happened with the first console. Due to the fact that it had been Nintendo's most popular tech ever, and when it released it was actually quite difficult to get a hold of one, it would seem many are having flashbacks to 2017. Fortunately, after the hype passed and scalpers realized they couldn't keep getting away with buying and reselling them en masse, there was plenty of stock to go around, but it was touch and go for a good while. Perhaps when the Switch 2 actually releases, there'll be enough for everyone, but for now it seems like it's going to sell out almost instantly anytime it becomes available. As hype for the new console continues to grow, we've seen news of someone actually stealing one from a factory, so it seems that people are getting ridiculously worked up. After all, there's been so many memes referencing the console before it was even announced, and audiences have been crying out to Nintendo for years for just a crumb of information on specs or design until they finally officially showed it. It seems to be a running theme for new consoles in the modern age. Gaming has become such a popular hobby that everyone wants to take part, and consoles are on the cheaper end compared to buying a new PC, so they're supposed to be considered more accessible. However, it seems that there's more demand now than ever. Perhaps with the cost of living crisis, a person who might spend money on an expensive holiday would now be looking for a different escape in the form of video games, which could be one of the reasons why pre-orders have been so booked, despite being, kind of expensive themselves. In short, the pre-orders of the Switch 2 selling out is not terribly surprising, although it is good to hear Nintendo did at least put in some anti-scalping practices, as the console shapes up to take over the original Switch as the best-selling console ever. What meme would you guys like me to give a lesson in next? Let me know in the comments below.
And remember, like and subscribe! Or else.